What is going on, LEGO investors? So today we're going to go over my goals for 2026. Or I should say one goal. Or I should say probably the only set that I'm going to buy in 2026. I don't know. We're going to have to see. It's going to be a rough year. The economy's getting worse. There's less sales happening. I've got to rally up some money to make a contribution into my Roth IRA, which this isn't a finance channel, but if you're not investing in a Roth IRA, putting in the full amount you can each year, you are making a big mistake. That is the best investment you can make in your life. A Roth IRA, in my opinion, is the best financial investment, hands down, that you could possibly make. So I need to make that. So that's going to be $7,000 right out the gate, which I don't have money for that yet. I need to build some up. But there is one set that I want to make a big investment in. And again, that's probably going to come out to $7,000. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit my goal. I want to buy 100 of these sets. I am so confident in this set. I really want to get 100 of it, but I doubt I'm going to be able to afford to. And I might have to pay retail for this set because there's sales, or I should say there's not a lot of sales on this set. And I might have to pay retail if I want to build this massive amount of inventory. That's just kind of something what you have to do. But maybe I'll buy maybe like 20 to 30 for retail, and then hopefully we score a sale and I'll buy another 20 to 30. And I might only get 50 sets next year out of my whole goal, but that's still going to be a ton of money. I really think this set has the potential to make me we'll say anywhere from $20 to $50 profit. So if I can buy 100 of these, let's say worst case scenario, I earn a $20 profit on this set. I made $2,000. That's why I like dealing in hundreds. Just like when I'm stock investing, I try to buy 1,000 of each share or ticker symbol, whatever company you want to call it, whatever you want to call it, because that's where the money is made. And I think at Lego, when you're Lego investing, the money's made in the hundreds. Stocks, it's in the thousand. Now I know this makes you seem like rich. I am not. I'm the furthest thing from rich. I'm actually pretty broke. You all know my scenario, being out of work, having to pay for all my medication. That's why I got into Lego investing, which I'll probably make a dedicated video on that. I mean, everyone, a lot of you know the illness that I deal with and being hit by that semi. It just really changed my life. So I'll make a video on that later. So I want to hear your thoughts and opinions on my plan. Do you think this is a bad decision? Do you think I'm going to lose money doing this, or do you think there's some potential here? So comment your opinions down below. It will definitely help the channel, help the community, and I would love to hear your goals for 2026. I'm really probably going to be able to only buy this one set next year. I probably won't be able to buy any other Lego sets because just money, that's a lot of money trying to buy 100 sets. So let's hear your investing game plan. I'm sharing mine. I want to hear yours. So let's dive into it. For 2026, I am going to invest in the AT-AT, or I should say the AT-AT driver helmet. This is item number 75429. It's 730 pieces and it retails for $70. I am a huge advocate of investing in helmets. I think this is by far the best investments you can make in Lego. I've invested heavily in helmets before and they earn me some money. And I definitely think the AT-AT driver can earn me a decent profit in retirement. So this is expected to retire at the end of 2025. There is a big risk, and it will probably be the first time this ever happens, that a Target exclusive could go longer than 2 years. But I have faith that it will retire at the end of 2026, and I could see this hitting $100. I honestly think so. I think within 2 to 3 years, it could hit $100. Because as you know, I invested heavily in the Leia Bush helmet. My goal was to try and get 100 of those. Sadly, I was only able to score I want to probably say 70. I have still yet to count my inventory. And I'm sure you're probably saying geez, dude, you say this every video. When are you going to count it? Well, if you saw how many sets that I have and just the amount of boxes that it takes up and how much I have to move and how often I'm moving sets to get new inventory in, it's a ton of work. Some are located in closets, some are located, honestly, I'm opening boxes every day and just reorganizing, and it's I don't want to say a full-time job, but it's literally a ton of work. So me just locating all the Bush helmets will be a job in and of itself, and then I'll have to count them. One day I will, but we've got some time before I'm actually going to start selling those, even though they've hit awesome levels already. And I think the AT-AT driver is going to do maybe better than the Bush helmet. I don't know. I've got faith that the Bush helmet will probably end up being second of all time because it was really passed up. And I think they did a great job with it. But if it ends up being third, I'm still fine with that. But I love investing in helmets that are Target exclusives. Target exclusives are money. They're not available everywhere. There's a lot less inventory. They have a history of going up, which we'll take a look at in a moment. And I think this one is going to be no different. The inventory levels are going to be low, or I should say lower compared to all the rest. And I think this could hit a $100 profit. But we'll say, let's say that I pay retail for this and it goes up to $80. If I were to buy 100, that's a $1,000 profit. You might not say it's worth it, but hey, to earn $1,000 is hard when you're investing in anything. So let's take a look. So this helmet came out March 2025. Typically, Target exclusives are out for 2 years, so it should retire at the end of 2026. If it doesn't, I will be putting money on the table. I doubt it will happen, but there is always that potential. Anything could happen. I will say if the helmets were still $60, I would already be building my inventory right now. And if they were $60, I think Lego made a big mistake by making them $70 or more. But all the previous helmets that I bought on sale, but I've also bought at retail at $60. I'm comfortable at $60. At $70, it's a little rough. So 2026 is going to be rough. I'll tell you that. Just making that Roth payment alone is going to be brutal. I mean, rallying up $7,000 for that is going to be tough. I might actually have to sell some stocks and maybe sell some Lego sets that I have for retail. That's just kind of what you have to do sometimes, which I'm totally fine with. All right, so let's take a look at the previous helmets. So we got Clone Commander Cody. Sadly, I had to pass this one up because I was putting all my money in the Bush helmet. This one's doing really great. I mean, this went for, I think it went on sale at one point for like $40 at Walmart. It was typically $50. It's got a value right now of $64.99. I think it's going to hit anywhere from $80 to $100 one day. So that's going to end up being a great investment. The Princess Leia Bush helmet, retail for $70, got a value right now of $89.13. That is amazing. That's phenomenal with such a short retirement date so far. Then we got the Dark Trooper helmet. This was also another Target exclusive. This one retail for $70. I scored mine, I want to say for $60. This one has a value of $83.42. I think this one's going to go up. I think it will hit a steady 90. If it goes above 100, that's gravy. But it will take time. I truly believe they're all going to go up and potentially hit $100. But I'm talking worst case scenario, so I'm loving how the Dark Trooper helmet has done. I bought 100 of these. I probably got 90 because I've been selling some. Then the Luke Skywalker Red 5 helmet. This one I picked up, I would have to think. It was probably $50 to $60. I'd have to look at my receipts, but I also bought 100 of these. And I probably got about 80 left because I've been selling some. The helmets are really starting to pick up. So I haven't been making a ton of sales because the economy's been getting worse, but I'm getting a lot of people messaging me saying like what I call nibbles, asking about the helmets. I typically sell multiple at a time. Like yesterday, I think I just sold the Dark Trooper helmet and the Luke Skywalker Red 5 helmet together. And then today I sold the Boba Fett, which I bought 100 of the Boba Fett. Sadly, I sold those at retail because I needed some cash to make some other investments. And that one's doing amazing, which we're going to take a look at in a second. So I regret that. All right, so here we've got item number 75305, the Scout Trooper helmet. This one retail for $50, got a value right now of $97.12. Absolutely amazing. This one's going up. All of them are going up. And then we got the TIE Fighter pilot helmet. This one retail for $60. Another Target exclusive has a value right now of $355.85. Little known fact, if you're new to the channel, this is the helmet that sparked my Lego investing journey. I got extremely lucky. I kept hearing about all these articles. I was at a party one time and people are talking about like Lego is pure gold. Did you see that article about it? They typically drop it every year because it's just clickbait. But I remember I was at Target and it was like 3 months after these retired. And I was like, let me just check these Lego because I'm seeing everyone talk about it. And I just walked into the aisle. This is the first set that I saw, and I looked it up on eBay. it said it was $60 on the shelf and they were selling for over 100. I was like, this can't be right, but people are actually buying it on eBay. So I bought all three. Come to find out, it had to have just been found in the back room. You know, it probably got lost and then it got put out and I just stumbled upon it. It was the very first one that I looked at. And yeah, it's been history ever since. I've been selling since that day. We'll never see prices like that. This was a unique one. It's a phenomenal design. It's due to COVID and being a Target exclusive. We will never see these types of levels again. Then we got the Stormtrooper, item number 75276. This one retail for $60. Got a value right now of $206.14. All these are going up gradually. With time, they're going up. And that's why I'm going to make the AT-AT Driver my goal for next year. That's probably going to be the only set that I buy, but I'm going to try and get there. If I get 50 sets, I'll be happy. But ideally I want 100. And then we've got the Boba Fett. This makes me sad, but hey, I had to sell them. I've got a few left. I keep finding some boxes where I'll find a few, but I wish I would have kept them. These went up. I sold these because they plateaued at, I think it was like $69, and it wasn't moving up for months and months and months. And I thought, okay, it's going to be a little while before we see that price. I sell them and then boom, they shoot up to $89.99. And people are paying a premium for this. I mean, probably Boba Fett's right now, the few sets that I have left, I get a ton of messages on those. And this is the one that was out forever. So that tells me and gives me faith, looking at all of these, that the AT-AT Driver is going to do phenomenal. I mean, it's an awesome looking helmet. And it's a Target exclusive. Yeah, I am definitely going hardcore on this. I just have to make the decision whether I want to pay retail or not, because it has to happen. I mean, if I want to build massive amounts of inventory, I'm gonna have to pay retail. So I'm gonna have to determine that, but yeah, I'm all in. Just, I cannot emphasize this enough. Looking at how these sets have done, I see this doing well in my area. And just a little known fact, I do not sell online, I sell in person. So when I buy sets, I have to look at sets that I think will do well in my area, and this is going to be one of them. So let's hear your thoughts and opinions on my plan, and I would love to hear your goals for 2026. While you're commenting down below, I'm going to go over these sets on eBay. So right now, the AT-AT Driver on eBay is doing $70, $70. Honestly, the fact that it's doing 70 right there is a really great sign. Ooh, but then we get ones like these. $53.88, $60.01 with a destroyed box, $70. The fact that it's doing retail when they're readily available in store is a really great sign to me. That's what I want to see as an investor. $72.99, $70, $65, $48, 11 bids, $72.40, $72, $70, $75, $75. Yeah, this one's doing amazing. I have faith in this helmet so much. This is going to be a $100 set eventually. May take 3 to 5 years, but it will get there. All right, next up, item number 75350, Clone Commander Cody, $60, $54.99, $55. Leia Boushh and Cody for $150. That's solid. $71.77, $71.73, $53. $50, $60, $50. With time, this will get up there. I think it's a great set, and I hate that I had to miss it, but I thought the Boushh helmet, and I'm right, would do better than Cody. All right, next up, item number 75351, the Leia Boushh helmet, $80, $82.99. $80, $86. I can't wait until we cross that $90 where everything's $90. When it probably hits 90, that's when I'll start selling. I'm going to try and hold off as long as possible, but it's going to take a little time to get there. I understand that. $90, $66, $86, $93.99, $78, $78. Buying these for $60, seeing them sell for $80, that's a great feeling. $89.95, $88.99, $74, $80 there, $60 opened. Yeah, that's awesome. I made a smart decision with that. Got extremely lucky, but it was a lot. It's a risk. When I made these videos, people are like, this helmet sucks. But sometimes you have to take that risk and think, okay, this one's going to sit on the shelf. That means people aren't buying it. That means in the end, there's going to be less inventory overall. Plus the fact that it's a Target exclusive, and that's why it's doing so well right now. Alright, next up, item number 75343, the Dark Trooper helmet, $93.30, $90, $80, $80, $85, $80.99, $75, $90. Yeah, we're almost to that consistent 90. 90 bucks, 85.95, 65. Yeah, I'm glad I went hard on this helmet. Buying 100 of these helmets, that's a huge investment and a huge gamble. 87.99, $99.95, 99.95. Doing awesome. Next up, item number 75327. Luke Skywalker Red 5 helmet, $81, $84.95, $52, $50, 76, 75. Eventually this one will get consistently above 80 and then eventually hit 100. I have faith in that. 80 bucks, 84.95, 75, 84 bucks, 80. So yeah, doing really well. Glad I bought 100 of these. So yeah, after looking at everything, I'm going to proceed forward with my plan. Please try to convince me otherwise. I'm going to do it regardless, but I want to hear your thoughts and opinions because I value it. And I want to hear your goal for 2026. I appreciate you watching, but as always, please do your own research, have some fun, make some money.
Video is not financial advice. Any statements made are my views and is for entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Do your own research before making any financial investments.